2-0 hits the outside corner with a nice frame from Turner. So Majinski gets his first strike. Wearing the red, Commodores in that red. Red Fridays, of course, here on Cape Cod. Every home team will be wearing these red unis with the camo caps. Red standing for Remember Everyone Deployed. 2-1 is cut on and missed. Little off-speed action from Majinski, and he's got the count even.
Yeah, some of these theme nights or traditions in the Cape League really well established, and remembering the troops. We have a military appreciation night coming up later this month here in Falmouth, and every Friday the home team wears red.
2-2 from Carmen, misses outside. He tried to go high with the fastball. Majinski might be a guy who we'll be used to seeing here on the bump at Gov Fuller Field. He only threw 10 and 2/3 innings this past year, his sophomore year down at Columbia in the middle of South Carolina. That was another injury-shortened season. So back-to-back years where he has struggled with injuries, has to overcome obstacles.
And a big pitch coming up here to Lofton. Because of that leadoff man reaching with the hit by pitch, you don't want to issue 2 free passes.
Runner goes on the 3-2, swing and a miss, and Lofton lost his bat. It was dropped by Turner. But Lofton will be tagged out anyway, and the runner will advance to second. So a quirky out number 1, but nonetheless, McIntyre on second, Lofton back to the dugout.
Arizona State University, number 11, Trevor Hauver.
That brings up Trevor Hauver, who played in Hyannis last summer as well, and he had a pretty good couple months, batting .267 on the Cape, 20 hits, 1 home run, and 11 RBI. One of the Sun Devils who are riddled across these Cape League rosters.
First pitch in Hauver's first at-bat in 2019 on the Cape is taken outside. Just a recent deployment from out in Tempe. As they were playing down in Baton Rouge in that regional, got knocked out, took a couple days off, now finally here on the Cape.
And he had a great year at Arizona State this past year.
1-0 hits the outside corner, evens up the count.
Batted .339, 82 hits, 13 home runs, and even 50 RBIs. He had a 24-game hit streak. 24 multi-hit games. And then a 15-game hit streak this season.
1-1 from Majinski, flared out into shallow left field. Coming on quick is Langworthy. He will make the grab on the run. And scrambling back to second base is McIntyre. Great athletic play by Austin Langworthy to steal a bloop single from Hauver.
Yeah, it looked like that one might have been dying a little bit. Thought it was going to find that shallow grass out in left field. But Langworthy showed off the wheels a couple nights ago against Chatham, scoring on the sac fly, and got in a hurry to field that fly ball.
So still 0-0 with McIntyre standing on second and 2 outs. Hunter Goodman will try to get a first inning run for the visiting Harbor Hawks. First pitch thrown is way outside. Goodman, the catcher from Memphis, batting in the DH hole today. Originally from Arlington, Tennessee, coming off of a fantastic freshman campaign with the Tigers. Hit .326, started in every single game. 1-0 bell tie for a strike. Also racked up double-digit doubles with 16 and 13 home runs as well.
Yeah, he's got some power. That's why he's batting cleanup. His one hit so far this summer is a double.
Outfield not too far back. They're playing at a medium distance. That one won't be hit anywhere. Goodman is a strikeout guy, however. 55 strikeouts his freshman year, led Memphis. But again, those offensive numbers just kind of outweigh the cons of it. 24 multi-hit games and leading the team in every single offensive category you can think of. Here's the 2-1 from Majinski. Cut on and missed. Big hack. But coming up empty was Goodman, and he's down to 2 strikes.
And Goodman was one of the few bright spots for Hyannis on Wednesday night. The Harbor Hawks only had 2 hits against Katuitt. One of them came off the bat of Goodman, losing 11-0 against the Kettleers.
Majinski's 2-2. Foul ball towards the right side onto the berm, and we'll try again. Lineup for the Harbor Hawks, we saw McIntyre lead off, Lofton at second, Hauver batting third. This is Goodman in the cleanup spot. Following him, Jared DeSantolo. Batting sixth, Brooks Carlson. Seventh, Adam Hackenberg. Eighth, Jackson Olson. Ninth, Bryce Teodosio. Whole host of temporary players for these Harbor Hawks. 2-2 yet again. Swing and a miss. Tag applied by Michael Turner. It's another strikeout on the inning for Carmen Majinski, and that will retire the side. Majinski allows no runs on no hits, no errors, and strands a runner left on base. We head to the bottom of the first inning. 0-0 between the Harbor Hawks and the Commodores. Bottom one we go. 0-0 score between the Doors and the Harbor Hawks. Falmouth looking to improve on their 2-0 record on to 3-0. Have to start it with the bats going up against Tyler Madison. First pitch thrown to Hayden Cantrell. He takes a big hack, lifts one out towards right field. Back is McIntyre. He's at the track, at the wall. It's gone! A solo home run on the first pitch of the game for Madison. Hayden Cantrell trots around the bases. It's Falmouth's first home run of 2019, and they're off to a 1-0 lead.
Hello. Off the bat, I thought that was an absolute moonshot. I thought it was going to hang up, and it looked like McIntyre had a read on it. But he just got enough power to have it carry over that fence out in right field. And that's the first extra base hit of the year for the Commodores. And it's a solo shot.
So Hayden Cantrell says welcome to the Cape League to Madison. Cantrell, of course, in his second year with Falmouth, as Blake Dunn shows bunt but pulls it back for ball one. And we talked about it a couple days ago that Hayden went from 4 home runs his freshman year to 9 home runs his sophomore year at Louisiana Lafayette. And, boy, it's looking like the power is definitely developed because that one was gone off the bat.
Yeah, no question. And Madison from Bryant with that 3.47 ERA this past year and a 9-1 record. These are different hitters that he's facing here on the Cape.
Blake Dunn fouls one away. Yeah, that's D1 power that he just saw right there. Helped out a little bit by this wind.
Because I think the wind is going out towards right field. That's the way the flag's moving right now.
Yeah, wind is whipping hard towards right field. Pitch to Dunn, fouled back yet again, so he takes 2 hard hacks and evens up the count. So how about that for Falmouth? Trying to go to 3-0, and a leadoff home run will help. Cantrell saw the very first pitch, and he took it yard. Blake Dunn, who we know has a lot of power, looking to do the same on a 2-2 breaking ball, sits just a little bit high, and the count will run full.
Blake Dunn moving up to that 2 spot here in the lineup with Cruz not starting.
Doesn't start well at the 2 spot for Dunn. Swings and misses at a breaking ball on the outside corner. and that's out number 1. So Cantrell leading off with Dunn behind him. Austin Langworthy is now batting in third, and we'll get the rest of this lineup for you. Michael Turner, the catcher, will be batting cleanup. Steven Moretto batting 5th. Jake Frasca batting 6th. Austin Maisel in the 7-hole. Alex Volpe batting 8th, and rounding out the order for Falmouth is Chris Rinaldi. So here's Langworthy with 1 out and nobody on base. Takes the first pitch, fastball just a tad low.
And Danny, I know something we talked about last year with Hayden Cantrell was he loves playing against Hyannis.
It's true.
Last year, played in 5 games.
Langworthy trying to do what Cantrell did. It's a little bit short, and it will stay up in the air. McIntyre making the grab out and right for out number 2.
So the Commodores played the Harbor Hawks 5 times in the regular season last year. Hayden Cantrell had 5 hits. Sounds good, right? Averaging about 1 a game. 3 of them were triples. All of his triples last season came against Hyannis. And then he hits a home run. His first on the Cape. He didn't have a home run last summer.
Yep.
Against the Harbor Hawks.
Michael Turner watches ball 1 outside. Yeah, Hayden just loves playing. It doesn't matter where it is, too. He had that McKeon Park triple in opening day last year. He just loves that orange and blue. He loves to play against it. Maybe Louisiana Lafayette should schedule a meeting with the Gators of Florida. Quickly 2-0 to Turner. Defensive alignment for Hyannis. Behind the plate is Hackenberg, pitching Madison. DeSantolo at third, Lofton at short, Olson at second, Carlson the first baseman. Outfield from left to right, Hauver, Teodosio, and McIntyre. As Turner tries to go down and golf that one, but comes up short.
So Turner has stayed in that cleanup spot all summer. This is his 3rd start now. He's 0 for 8 so far. So still trying to connect with the wood bat.
2-1 hits the outside corner. Count runs even. Turner in his sophomore year, boy, did he connect a lot. 369 average, including a dozen doubles, 42 RBIs, and didn't strike out a lot either. Had more walks than strikeouts, which is rare to see. Here's the 2-2, broken bat right back to the pitcher. He'll flip it underhand onto first base, and that will do it for the first inning. But Falmouth jumps out on top, a leadoff home run from Hayden Cantrell, and it's 1-0 Commodores as we head to the top of inning number 2. Top 2 we go from the Gov. Danny LaRose, David Korsanowski to my right. And Jared DeSantolo up at the plate for Hyannis, up against Carmen Majinski, who faced 4 batters, didn't allow a hit, did hit 1 batter, got out of the inning unscathed, and now working with a 1-0 lead thanks to a Hayden Cantrell big fly. As the first pitch he throws to the left-handed DeSantolo is taken on the outside corner for a strike.
This is kind of uncommon. I know it's only the 3rd game of the year, but Commodores haven't scored really early in games so far.
It was the 6th and the 7th that the flurry of runs against Harwich came, and then, of course, against
The ninth
Chatham.
inning, yeah.
There's nothing going on.
Must feel good for the team to get some confidence, especially the pitcher as well. Work with a lead.
And Majinski is looking sharp with that lead. Already 2 strikes on the outside corner. Really untouchable pitches for DeSantolo. Jared out of Florida Atlantic trying to fight off a strikeout. He flares one down to the left field line, and that one will fall for a hit. Langworthy gets there in a hurry, cuts it off before it could go any further, and it'll only be a single for DeSantolo, but he's on base nonetheless.
Good piece of hitting by DeSantolo. Looked like a fastball from Majinski, and as a lefty, he just poked it into the opposite field, didn't try to do too much with it, let the bat sort of carry it out into left, and no shot for Langworthy to make the play.
Now stepping up is a Samford Bulldog in Brooks Carlson, the rising junior from Mobile, Alabama, coming off of a sophomore year where he hit .345, including 25 extra base hits. Tries wasting no time with the first pitch he sees from Majinski and fouls it aside. He led Samford in average in hits, in doubles, and on-base percentage in 2019. One of the best hitters out of the Southern Conference. The 0-1 from Majinski. Line drive right at Cantrell at short. Throw back to first. In time. It's a double play. 6-3 on the double play. Hanging off the bag was DeSantolo, and Majinski erases the base runner as soon as he got on.
And for a sec, I thought that Hayden was going to hang on to that ball because he thought that DeSantolo was close to first, but he realized he was lagging off the bag and delivered a beautiful throw. That's an easy play for the infield.
First pitch thrown to Adam Hackenberg out of Clemson is taken for a strike. That was a laser shot from Carlson. Really got a good drive on it, but unfortunately right at one of the surest gloves on the Falmouth roster. 0-1, chop towards the left side. This is going to be a tough play. Bare hand from Steven Moretto. Throw on to first. In time, Steven Moretto continues his excellence at third base with that web gem. And somehow Majinski faces the minimum despite a couple of tough fielding plays. It's still 1-0 as we head to the bottom of the second. After a fantastic bare-handed play for an easy 5-3 putout, Steven Moretto will lead off the bottom of the second inning. David, we were talking about it in between innings. This guy just continues to flash the leather. He is a stud in the field as he watches a ball skip in the dirt.
He's great at third base. I was looking up some of his highlights on Twitter the other day, and there was one play that he had, I believe it was in his conference tournament, where he had a play just like that. It was a little bit shaded more towards the mound, but same sort of thing. Came in barehanded and a strike of a throw. So he's definitely gotten some practice.
Fouls that one off the glove. Count now a ball and a strike. And that was Hackenberg, the catcher, so not the fleetest of foot, but
right.
He still made it look, it didn't look close. It was not a close call. I was looking over to first base expecting to maybe see a bang-bang play, but it was for sure an out. So that was even more impressive from Barreto, as I think he tries to sell a curveball hitting him on the back of the leg, but doesn't get it.
Out of the hand, I thought that was going to hit him, but broke towards the plate just a little inside.
But that for Madison, he's got a lot of hook on the curve. Can't quite find the strike zone, though, as now it's a friendly hitter's count at 3-1.
Moretto 0 for 4 to start his summer on the Cape, but he had that big game-winning RBI against Chatham, a sac fly to center field.
3-1, ground ball foul, so the count will run full.
And he was talking to our web reporter, Max Trink, after the game, and he said that he knew he didn't have to do too much with it because there was only one out, and Austin Langworthy was at third base. He said all I needed to do was get it to the outfield. He knew that Langworthy had some speed, and sure enough, that was the difference.
It's the type of mentality you want at the plate in a guy in that situation. Don't need the long ball, and that's what he's thinking about. Comes up empty on that fastball, swings right through it. It's the second strikeout of the game for Madison, both of them swinging, and it's a quick out, number one.
And this is a guy who started at third in game number 1 coming up to the plate in Jake Frasca. And he's looked impressive too at third, but with Steven making those plays, it's hard to believe that he'll be moved from that starting spot at the hot corner anytime soon.
Frasca is at the DH position tonight. Yeah, it's pretty much for Falmouth, no matter who you've got there. You're looking pretty in the infield. Especially with those guys in the middle infield, Cruz and Cantrell too, as a strike hits the outside corner. We are seeing Rinaldi over at second base, who had some trouble throwing the baseball and making some plays on opening night. See if those fielding jitters will settle down. Otherwise, Cruz and Cantrell up the middle are a dynamic duo. That curveball hooks in right on the inside corner. It's a curveball that sits at 73-75, but boy, does the 12-6 movement really stick out.
Yeah, no question. He's thrown it a lot this inning.
Working quickly now, a fastball, broken bat over towards short. Fielding it on a run is Lofton. Easy throw onto first base to catch Frasca. 2 up, 2 down.
So since that leadoff home run by Hayden Cantrell, Madison's looked good. I mean, he's retired 5 in a row now with 2 strikeouts.
Not really too many hard-hit balls either.
Right.
Granted, 2 broken bats doesn't help, but that's just another props to Madison keeping the ball on the inside half, sawing off these hitters. Here's Maisel, who's 1 for 5 on his 2019 summer. Watches ball number 1 skip off the plate.
And Maisel, maybe one of the unsung heroes on Wednesday night, making the last out right by that left field line. Talking to the guys from Chatham, and they said they thought it might have been an RBI double off the bat, but Maisel's got some speed out in the outfield.
1-0 is a huge hack, but nothing doing. 1-1. That's something I think that sticks out the most for Falmouth right now is the starting pitching has been lights out, and the fielding has been patrolling everything. 1-1 curve is fouled back, because I know we've been talking our heads off about Blake Dunn,
right,
but he patrols everything out there in center.
Yeah, and Falmouth had 2 errors on opening night against Harwich. A couple bad plays. One was actually by Moretto on that fly ball in the infield. He just dropped it with the glove. And then Rinaldi overthrew the first ground ball he got. But I mean,
ever since then,
yeah, exactly. Ever since then, they've just looked outstanding.
And it's weird because those 2 were the easiest plays probably that you could have made an error on.
And Moretto has made so many highlight plays that were way harder.
Yeah. Line drive off the bat of Maisel, and he's got his second hit of 2019. It skips past the outfielder Teodosio. Heading into second is Maisel. He slides in safely. An error out in center field by Teodosio on the single from Austin Maisel. Puts a Commodore on second base with 2 outs.
Maisel, a guy who's steadily gotten better throughout his college career. Last summer, started 1 for 18 here on the Cape, had a really rough go of it. Was 2 for 3 in what ended up being his last game as a Commodore. But 2 for 6 to start this summer, not bad at all. Especially coming off a 3-12 season at Holy Cross.
Here's a guy looking to get his bat going. Alex Volpe, who watches ball 1, miss way outside. Volpe in his first start for the Doors in 2019, a returner from 2018, only played in 4 games, 2 playoff, 2 regular season games last year. A home run or bust type of guy. If it's not going over the fence, it's probably going right down the middle, and he's swinging through it. Ground ball here towards third. Nice slick play by DeSantolo. Throw on to first in time, and the 2-out base runner will go for naught for the Commodores. They score no runs on the one hit, one error, and strand a runner on second base. We head to the top of inning number 3, 1-0 Doors.
Your tickets will be entered into
Cape Cod Healthcare is the leading provider of healthcare services for residents and visitors of Cape Cod, with 2 acute care hospitals and more than 450 physicians. For more information, please visit capecodhealth.org. Cape Cod Healthcare, expert physicians, quality hospitals, superior care.
We begin the top of inning number 3 with that beautiful read from
Thank
the
you.
very own David Korzenowski. It will be 8, 9, and 1 for Hyannis. Jackson Olsen, Bryce Teodosio, and Mitch McIntyre. The leadoff man set to do the hitting, with Hyannis trailing 1-0 against the hometown Falmouth Commodores.
You know, I have kind of missed doing the PSA reads.
You missed them?
I missed them because what we did last year was we would record them, and our producer would play them back. And we're going to do the same thing this year, but we'll get a couple reps today.
They're fun to read them mid-game. First pitch to Olsen is taken for a strike. I had to do them all semester long.
Oh, so you're probably sick of them.
Yeah, it was the same 3, the entire 3, 4, and 5, same exact ones every weekend. It was a lot. Quickly 0-2 against Olsen, who at second base today for Hyannis. Hasn't gotten any reps over there, trying to make a splash in his first AB. And somewhere, somehow, that breaking ball missed, maybe a tad high.
Majinski wanted it, and he's looked really good. How about the fielding in the top of inning number 2?
1-2, cut on and miss, strike number 3. And Jackson Olsen, who came into tonight with a .375 average, quickly put down on strikes for the first out of the inning.
The center fielder from Clemson University.
Because to start off that second inning, there was a single by DeSantolo, and then a beautiful double play turned. And Steven Moretto getting the third out with a barehanded snag and throw onto first base.
It's been impressive, and Majinski has been benefiting from it. It's seen a lot of first pitch strikes very frequently so far, including that one to Bryce Teodosio, the center fielder from Clemson University, coming off of an error the last half inning. And now he's behind 0-2. Teodosio, 6'4", 225. Got to assume there's a lot of power in that stick. 9 home runs and 33 RBIs this past year. The 0-2. Breaking ball misses outside. Not much of a guy for average, however. Only a .215 average. And led the team in strikeouts with 71. Also good for 4th in the conference. Here's the 1-2. On the outside corner, strike 3 called. Bryce Teodosio is put down with a backwards K. He falls to 0 for 5 on the season, and it's 2 up and 2 down, both on punch-outs.
Some wicked movement on that off speed from Majinski. Teodosio was just frozen up. That ended up breaking, coming right across the middle of the plate. Easy call for the home plate umpire, Rudy Fernbach, to make. First time through the order for Majinski, gives up only 2 hits and strikes out 4.
First pitch, a ball outside. 1 hit. He hit a batter in the first inning.
You're right, yeah.
So really 2 pitches that were mistakes.
Right. Only 2 runners have reached.
McIntyre, who was the hit batsman back in inning number 1, watches a strike hit the outside corner. McIntyre 2 for 8 so far on his summer. Plays for BYU out in Utah. a Utah native himself who was on that Cougar team that was arguably, and I think I think they should have been in the NCAA regional, but arguably miffed of a regional appearance.
And McIntyre, also a guy who spent a little bit of time on the Cape last summer. He was one of those late additions at the end of the season when some of the permanent players reached their limits and were heading home.
2-2 from Majinski. Swing and a miss, strike three. Carmen Majinski strikes out the side in the third inning. Didn't take him a lot of pitches either. We head to the home third. 1-0 in favor of the Doors. To the bottom of the third we go. Still not completely through the Falmouth lineup just yet, despite the leadoff home run from Cantrell. Chris Rinaldi, the 9-hitter, only getting his first licks right now, as it's been smooth sailing pretty much for Madison after the leadoff man got on. Only other base runner to get on was Austin Maisel with 2 outs last inning. Rinaldi out of Holy Cross. Grounds one towards the right side, right at Carlson, the first baseman. He takes it himself, 3 unassisted for those of you scoring at home, and it's quickly 1 up, 1 down.
Not bad contact from Rinaldi, but playing off the bag a little bit was Carlson. Barely had to move, just a little bit to his right. Took a high hop, but no problem for the first baseman from Samford. And bottom of the order, all from Holy Cross, as we mentioned. Maisel, Volpe, and Rinaldi in that starting lineup for Jeff Trundy's squad.
Here's Hayden Cantrell, who now swings at the first pitch of this at-bat, pops one towards foul ground, and it will land in no man's land between the shortstop Lofton, the third baseman DeSantolo, the left fielder Hauver. Hayden Cantrell really wasting no time when he's at the plate. He's seen all of 2 pitches. One he deposited over the right field fence. This one he shoots foul. Here's the 0-1. Breaking ball misses well outside. Hayden at Louisiana Lafayette this past year hit .301. Clobbered 9 home runs, only 28 RBIs. That's the caveat of being the leadoff man. Here's a line drive towards the right side, and that one will fall foul.
Stat dug up by our web reporter, Max Trink. .318 average for Cantrell against Hyannis. 7 for 22. 9 RBIs and 4 extra base hits.
1-2 misses low, so he'll have a chance to add to that .318 average. He wasn't an extra base hit guy really that much last summer.
Right.
Only hit 174, and a lot of them were singles. The 2-2, cut on and missed. Cantrell hoping that it was dropped behind the plate by Hackenberg, but nothing doing, as he is a strikeout victim, and he's retired for the first time tonight.
Danny, beautiful day today.
Oh, yeah,
it's
glorious.
gorgeous, man.
very windy, so the pitchers might be upset with that.
Right.
The wind blowing out towards right field, but
it's a welcome sight for us and
Yeah.
for a lot of these Cape League players with a couple rainouts this past week.
rain has been the story. It's almost like Cape Cod didn't get the memo that April ended 2 months ago.
Well, also, this has been going on for months in Massachusetts.
Oh, yeah?
It's been a rainy spring.
0-1 is fouled at the plate by Blake Dunn. If only there was more farmland, we could benefit from it.
True.
I don't know who's benefiting from all this rain in Cape
think
Cod.
about that, yeah. No, I agree. Because the field was a mess a couple nights ago before the
yeah.
game against Wareham.
0-2 fouled off the mitt. And that was the worst part about it, the one against Wareham a couple days ago on Tuesday, is that all the rain happened like overnight, stopped at around 11 a.m., and then the field was in such bad condition that there is nothing to be done about it. Just had to cancel the game despite the day becoming beautiful.
Because it was pouring in the morning on Tuesday, and it just soaked the outfield so much that it wasn't able to dry in time. And then yesterday was more of a constant, lighter rain.
1-2, breaking ball on the inside corner and at the knees. Strike 3 called. Back-to-back strikeouts worked by Madison. He's looking very sharp. Now up to 4 Ks on the evening. As we head to the top of inning number 4 after that 1-2-3 inning. Still 1-0 Falmouth on the Falmouth Commodores Baseball Network.
Hi everyone, Katie Florio back down here on the field, and with the rainouts this week, Falmouth only has the one off day a week to make up these rainouts, and so they now have 12 games in the next 10 days. I asked head coach Jeff Trundy before the game, what advice do you give to these guys who haven't experienced a grind like this? And he said, you know what, you just fake it until you make it. The baseball is a grind. You have to show up mentally prepared. And guys, it's only the first week. These guys don't need a break yet. They're ready to go out there and play some baseball.
Thank you, Katie, for that report. Jeff Trundy saying you got to fake it till you make it. And I like that also. A little old school baseball, old school coaching right there. It's only the first week. Just keep playing. You're not tired yet.
She did mention it, though, because these next, little over a week, they got 2 doubleheaders this Sunday and next. And now that off day that was supposed to be on the 17th is the makeup game against Wareham. So he said fake it till you make it. And also, you got to think, too, he's going to be subbing guys in. It won't be too strenuous, hopefully.
0-1 to Nick Lofton is grounded foul, so it's quickly 0-2. Carmen Baginski working still very smoothly here in inning number 4. He worked a 1-2-3 third inning, has retired the last 5 batters in a row. Here's the 0-2. Pop up on the infield behind